So, you want a BMW M3 Competition xDrive. Good news, it has 4 doors, 5 seats, all-wheel drive, 523 horsepower, and it can reach 60 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds. It looks like the perfect car for someone who wants one vehicle to handle the school run, the office commute, bad weather, and a weekend racetrack. No, it is not. Because beneath that practical sedan body is a machine that can demand more than $2,000 every month, punish one careless wheel with a painful bill, and lose enough value in 5 years to buy another new BMW. And by the end of this video, you will know where the money goes, which cost hurts most, and how much income makes the M3 comfortable instead of stressful. Let's start with the price. BMW currently lists the M3 Competition xDrive at $88,600. For that money, you get a twin-turbo inline-6, an 8-speed automatic M xDrive all-wheel drive, 523 horsepower, and a 0 to 60 time of 3.4 seconds. That is faster than many cars that look far more exotic. But $88,600 is not the price most owners actually experience. Add premium paint, upgraded leather, carbon fiber trim, driver assistance packages, destination, taxes, title, and registration, and a realistically equipped example can move very close to $100,000. That is the first trick of the M3. It still looks like a sports sedan. The invoice looks like an entry-level supercar. For our example, we'll use an even $100,000. Put 20% down, and $20,000 leaves your account before the first monthly payment. That is enough money to buy a second car outright. But instead of receiving a second car, you receive permission to owe the bank another $80,000. Finance that balance for 72 months at 7%, and the payment is roughly $1,364 every month. Keep the loan for all 6 years, and interest adds a little over $18,000. So the car that began at $88,600 can collect more than $118,000 through the down payment, principal, and interest, before insurance, gasoline, tires, or maintenance. And this is where the M3's practicality becomes dangerous. A 2-seat sports car constantly reminds you that it is an expensive toy. The M3 does not. It has rear doors, it has a usable trunk, it can carry passengers, it can drive through rain and winter with all-wheel drive. You can use it every day, which makes spending this much money feel strangely reasonable, until the other bills arrive. Start with insurance. There's no single national M3 quote. Age, city, credit, driving record, annual mileage, coverage limits, and garage location can change the number dramatically. But this is a nearly $100,000 523 horsepower performance car. Planning with ordinary 3 Series insurance would be a mistake. For a realistic ownership budget, reserve around $250 to $400 per month. A younger driver in an expensive city could pay considerably more. And because the car is financed, full coverage is normally required. The bank is not interested in how carefully you promise to drive. Then comes fuel. The M3 Competition xDrive is rated at 16 miles per gallon in the city and 23 miles per gallon on the highway. Its fuel tank holds approximately 15.6 gallons. Drive 15,000 miles per year, average roughly 19 or 20 miles per gallon, and use premium fuel near $4.50 per gallon, and the fuel bill lands around $3,400 to $3,600 per year. That is close to $300 every month, and that's the calm calculation. Use all 523 horsepower regularly, spend most of your time in traffic, or live where premium gasoline costs more, and the official estimate becomes optimistic very quickly. But gasoline is not the expense that surprises M3 owners most. That job belongs to the parts touching the road. The M3 Competition xDrive weighs approximately 3,990 pounds. It combines all-wheel drive hardware with serious acceleration, wide performance tires, and brakes designed to repeatedly slow the car from serious speeds. Those tires create enormous grip. They also create enormous receipts. A complete set of quality performance tires can become a major expense. Aggressive driving, poor alignment, rough roads, and repeated hard launches can shorten their life. And because the front and rear tires may use different sizes, the owner may have fewer options for rotating them evenly. Then comes the wheels. Large M wheels look beautiful until one meets a pothole. A normal sedan can sometimes survive a bad road with a simple tire replacement. An M3 can turn one sharp impact into a damaged tire, bent wheel, alignment problem, and a repair bill large enough to ruin the month. BMW helps during the early ownership period. New BMWs include a 4-year or 50,000-mile limited warranty, along with scheduled maintenance for the first 3 years or 36,000 miles. That sounds reassuring, but routine coverage does not make every ownership cost disappear. Tires are wear items. Brake pads and discs are wear items. Cosmetic wheel damage is not a factory defect, and the harder the car is driven, the faster expensive components become consumables. A careful owner should reserve at least $150 to $250 per month for tires, brakes, service, and future repairs, even while the car is still relatively new. Some months will cost almost nothing. One bad month can consume the entire year's reserve. Now add the regular monthly cash flow. About $1,364 for the loan, perhaps $250 to $400 for insurance, around $300 for premium fuel, and $150 to $250 reserved for maintenance and wear. That puts the practical monthly burden around $2,050 to $2,300. And remember, this begins after paying $20,000 up front. Parking, detailing, tolls, tickets, track days, modifications, and the investment return lost on that down payment are not included. But there's still one cost missing. It never appears at the gas station, it never arrives in the mail, and it can be larger than all the repair bills combined: depreciation. Edmunds estimates that a 2026 M3 Competition xDrive can cost approximately $103,690 to own over 5 years under its assumptions. That estimate includes around $44,054 in depreciation, plus financing, fuel, insurance, maintenance, repairs, taxes, and fees. The exact result will change with mileage, location, purchase price, condition, driving habits, and future demand. But the lesson is simple. Strong resale value does not mean free ownership. If a nearly $100,000 M3 loses around $44,000, the owner has quietly lost the price of another new BMW while still paying every visible bill. And modifications can make this more complicated. A tasteful factory specification may help resale. An unusual interior, extreme engine tune, questionable suspension setup, or heavily modified exhaust may reduce the number of future buyers. The modification that makes the car perfect for you may make it less valuable to everyone else. So, how much income makes the M3 comfortable? Using a monthly burden around $2,200, keeping the car near 15% of gross income requires approximately $176,000 per year. Keeping it closer to 10% requires around $264,000. A bank may approve someone earning far less, but approval means the bank believes the payments will continue. It does not mean the owner can also invest, travel, support a family, maintain emergency savings, and absorb a damaged wheel without anxiety. And that's the real contradiction of the M3 Competition xDrive. It may be one of the best do-everything performance cars in the world. It's fast enough to embarrass sports cars, practical enough to use every day, comfortable enough for long trips, and capable enough to survive weather that would leave many rear-wheel drive performance cars sitting at home. For the right buyer, that versatility can justify the price. But versatility can also become the excuse that hides the cost. Because the M3 isn't only expensive when you drive fast, it's expensive while commuting, expensive while parked, expensive while depreciating, and expensive every month the loan remains active. The M3 Competition xDrive is not a bad car. For someone who understands the numbers and can absorb them without sacrificing the rest of life, it may be one of the greatest performance sedans ever made. But if 4 doors convince you that it's a sensible financial decision, remember this: practicality can make an expensive car easier to use. It cannot make it cheap.